Welcome to the Entrepreneur Power Hour, where we help the world's entrepreneurs learn crucial skills for their development and have a lot of fun doing it. Or at least we hope so. Don't get too excited. We just started. Today we want to talk about negative experiences. I know I've had a lot of them when first starting my online career, with relationships, with just different things each day that would get in my way and stand up as a big block in front of me and where I wanted to be. But then I found a way to push that block out of the way through perseverance, persistence, and just believing in myself and the people around me. And it's difficult to actually take a negative experience when it first hits you and turn it around into a positive one and make it something you can not only remember but be thankful for. Hard to take a negative experience and thrive with it. But tonight I want to hear how all of you guys are able to do that, or if you've had any experiences like that. We have Dan Sissick, Chris Peters, Marcia Sortino, Fran Richardson, and Carly. Take it away, guys.
Well, I think what I've learned through the Law of Success and other books I'm reading and Pay Me What I'm Worth and all of that stuff is you can take a bad experience like defeat, and that same energy that you put into feeding that experience, you can transform that into energy to carry you forward instead of dwelling on something that has happened that you can't really do anything about. It's happened, it's past, and it's all how you react to stress that determines how much of an effect a negative event has on you. So I think the important thing to remember is that when something bad happens, you come to terms with observing it and making a concrete decision on how you're going to use that energy to carry you forward towards what your overall big pictures are, the big pictures of your goals and where you want to go with your life.
Yep. And I'll give concrete examples so that can help people. There have been, in the past, I'll actually give two, times where I really liked the job. I thought I was going to be there for a long time. I was planning for the long haul. I was planning to stay there and make my name in the company. But then they said no, and they laid me off. And I was not, one, I wasn't expecting it, and two, I'm getting paid. That's kind of important. And when that happened, I thought, oh, this is the end. I'm mad. Why did they do this? What could I have done better? All this stuff. And that's definitely a negative experience. I don't think anybody would think that, oh, that's positive at that moment. But then I got on, and then I kept putting in applications, and then all of a sudden I get something else that was even better. I don't even think of the past thing that let me go or laid me off. I don't even worry about it because I have this new other awesome job that I'm part of. And that's, interestingly enough, sometimes when a door closes, I'm trying to reopen the door. Maybe it's meant to stay closed so another door can open with better stuff on the other side. And another example I know maybe a lot of us have had here is when I was doing my network marketing thing, I had certain people that I'm like, oh, this would be awesome if they could be part of this. And some of them turned me down, said no, and just completely walked away. And a lot of people would say, Kareem, that's really bad, you know. You got all these no's. And I say, actually, the no's are a good thing. It is a negative experience to get turned down. However, it's a great experience when you find the yes people, because you don't have to work so hard to pull them in. They just jump in, they jump on the boat. And that's one thing I found in the online world, where a negative experience, a lot of turn downs, a lot of no's, just gets you closer to the people who are going to say yes. And not only say yes, but be really dedicated, where you're kind of beating a dead horse with the people who are just like, no, 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 and you're trying to convince them. Dan Sissick.
I'm driving.
Driving. See, he's trying.
I'll pick up on that for you. I did a lot of cold calling early, starting in my entrepreneurial career. And I was recruiting for a health and wellness company, which was my first experience. It got me debt-free and paid off my 30-year mortgage and gave me a lot more time freedom, and not having the stress of the mortgage on top of me gave me the energy. Back then, of course, my multiple sclerosis comes into play, and fatigue level is very high when you have MS. That on top of all the no's that I got when I was cold calling just made me more determined. You have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. And if you don't have the fortitude to do that, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot to start with. But you take all the things that have been a negative in your cold calling, sounding like you're reading from a script instead of sounding like you're a human being trying to connect to another human being, like I'm talking to you and to our viewers now. To be a real person and let the person that you're trying to recruit know that you're a real person, they're a real person, and they can make it just like you made it. I've never tried to use my multiple sclerosis up front as a building block for anybody, because I just don't like to market myself that way. You're not an individual that is disabled. You're an individual that's marketing, that if you're even trying to market, you're otherwise able. And that's been my experience throughout learning internet marketing. You just learn to be otherwise able and adapt what works for you as an individual. All right.
Yeah, I like that. No, that was a good statement. Because a lot of us are scared to cold call, and definitely I am.
Yeah, I find that through all of our work that we've been doing, we've had a lot of, I wouldn't say super negative experiences with our marketing career or entrepreneurial career, but I think that the more mistakes we run into, the more we learn about what doesn't work. And I think that's what you have to do with any situation in life. What I do, what I'm learning to do, is just to take any life experience and go, what can I learn from this and how can I apply it to my future? What can I take from this and turn it into a building block and a stepping stone that will further me towards my success? And that's what the chapter on enthusiasm is all about in the Law of Success. Is you take every negative experience and you learn from it, and you use that energy to grow and move forward. So that book has really been helping me rebuild a lot of habits in my mind, and as well as listening to the personal development stuff I have on my phone, as well as all of the exercises from the Law of Success that I've put into my phone that I listen to every day as well. It's helped a lot, and I think that the more you do that, the more you replace negative habits with positive ones. You'll automatically learn to take a negative experience, not see it as something as life, not see it so much as life-changing, but see it so much as moving on, being able to move on. And if you practice doing that, you'll do it automatically. And you won't sit there and stew over negative experiences, and you'll be able to forgive the experience right away. And I think that that is very important. If you can forgive yourself, forgive the experience, forgive what's happened, and move forward, then it doesn't have the power over you that it could have if you give in to that emotion, those emotions associated with the experience.